Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on the SDS Game channel. It's your boy Shice, and guys, it's time to get right back on the podcast. Sorry, guys, it's been like a 2-week delay since I got back with episode 2. So, guys, we're gonna pretty much split up episode 2 into 2 episodes. For my Anchor listeners, that listen on Anchor and do not have access to YouTube, I will be reading out my interview here with my man BK Reacts. Shout out to him. I'm gonna link him in the description, guys. Thanks so much for 200 subs. A lot of banger videos coming up. Let's just get right into the video, guys. This episode 2 of the Life Lab with SDS. It's just me, Shice, taking over this episode. So let's get right into it. I interviewed my big friend, YouTuber BK Reacts. Please check him out if you can and subscribe to him. He is a very supportive dude, and we're big friends. And so, I was just talking to him the other day, and he wanted to, do a video. So I'm going to read some of the messages that he put up. Okay, and here is our interview. So let's just get right into it. So today's topic, I'm going to say this episode 2A. Of course, I'm going to do this a little 2-part episode, one where I talk myself, and I will be talking a bit, explaining some of the things on this episode, and of course this interview. So anyways, guys, let's just get right into it. Shout out to Spex, Xavier, DH23, BK Reacts, Ranman, Disco Pigeon Gaming, everyone who supported me on this road. Road to 300, guys. So let's just get right into the interview. All right, so I asked my man BK. I was trying to do it via call, it just wasn't working out. So I said, for my first question, I asked him, how do video games help you, and what ones do you get impacted by? Because I think as a gamer and as being in a community part of gaming, I think this is a good topic to discuss. So of course today's topic is, how are video games impactful and how can they help you later on in life? And there's plenty of evidence I have to support this, some of the pros, and of course there are many cons to it, but I'm also here to talk about many of the pros and how they can help you. So my man BK, he said, video games help me get away from the stress in my life. As the world pandemic is going on, it's a support classes I stress for. Video games help clear my mind. More specific game is NBA 2K21, which I basically only have to play with my friend Chunky Bigums, who I think you've seen in the comments. We win a lot, and it feels good to clear my mind with it. And I love that he said this. I love this answer because, video games, kids really deal with stress a lot in school, getting a bad grade, being able to finish homework and doing the things they love. And video games, it just shows you the nice things that life bring, and you need to enjoy life as well, because of course if you're all stuck up in books and things, you're not gonna enjoy life. And if you're gonna live life, you might as well make the most of it. And video games helping and of course you need to do hard work. Like, if you want to have fun and enjoy life, of course there's going to be a lot of hard work needs to be done, but in order to do that hard work at your best ability, video games are a good way to clear your mind. And I absolutely agree with the points he made here. For my second question, I asked him, how do video games help with other things such as school, sports, or other activities? Here he answered that, I get stressed a lot for school, and if I need to take a break, we'll play video games. I hear this BS of video games are bad for you when they actually help you calm down. Pretty much any game can do this. Also, when I play basketball, I actually get a lot of moves from 2K, so it does impact me a lot. That's an interesting point at the end. I really never thought of that. But yeah, sometimes video games can teach you things, a lot of impact with it. And that's great. But I love the other points he made as well with this. And yes, another big reason I'm doing this is because parents and adults and other people are drilled in this image that video games are bad for you, when in reality, they are a guide to help your kids succeed in some things they do. It now, addictiveness is something that's not good. Obviously you don't want your kid to be playing 24/7, but give your kid maybe a good 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes, just relax and play video games. And then he can finish his homework, gain the information that he needs to, and go back to doing it. It's a really good way to gain as much information, and I think that's what I've also done as well. So I wanted to ask him one last question. He's answering with great answers, and I love getting common people, my fans, to interview. So if you guys ever want to interview, comment that down below as well. So anyways, for my last question, I wanted to ask him if video games help you physically, and what do you suggest video games to people lacking in motor skills such as hand-eye coordination? So he answered with, well, provided that you don't play for 10 hours, video games can help you focus, especially like if you need to make a clutch play. You can lengthen your attention span just being in those moments. Also, once you play a lot more, hand-eye coordination becomes muscle memory. My dad played Fortnite for a while, lol, LMAO, and he always looked down at his controller when he had to do something. Once you get all the buttons down, that can basically be used as a template for other things in life. So yes, video games are helpful with that. Okay, thanks, man. It was great for doing this. BK, what an answer you provided right there. I think that's a perfect example of doing things. See, hand-eye coordination is one of the most important skills in life, and well, it's obviously not one of the most important skills in life, but it's a very important skill to have in your arsenal. And I think the fact that looking up and down. See, video games help with that, so you can memorizing things that are given to you so that you can easily apply it without going back and looking at it. And that's exactly what video games can sometimes help you with. And I completely agree with what my man BK said. And I just really like all the points that he brought up. Um, but anyways, that's all I have to say for this episode. Of course, we're gonna have another part 2 of this episode. For my Anchor listeners or my other podcast listeners, please check out my YouTube channel. It will be much easier to see it visually, but please also continue listening on Anchor. For my YouTube listeners, check me out on Anchor and keep supporting me. Road to 300. Thank you so much, BK, for doing in this video. I would love to hook you up more and do more interviews. I think you're a really knowledgeable dude. And yeah, we have a lot of banger videos coming up. Get ready, turn those post notifications on. Banger weekend. I'm excited. I hope you are too. See you, boys. Peace out.